If you've tried doing Kegel exercises before, there is a very high chance you are wasting your time. Most men simply end up squeezing their glutes or clenching their legs, which does nothing for your pelvic health. This anatomical diagram shows the pelvic floor. It operates as a hammock of muscles that supports your bladder and your prostate. When you strengthen this specific hammock, you improve your ability to manage post-urination dribble, increase your stamina, and build stronger erections. This central band is the pubococcygeus, or PC muscle. It acts as the primary driver for these biological functions. To see physical benefits, you have to isolate this exact muscle. If you rely on a generalized squeeze of your lower body, you miss the target entirely. Today, we're going to fix your form. Step 1 is your physical setup. Scoot forward and sit on the very edge of a firm chair. Place your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Sit up tall, lift your chest, and maintain the natural curve in your lower back. Because we are targeting an internal muscle group, we need a way to verify it's actually working. Take the index and middle fingers of your dominant hand. You're going to place those two fingers gently against your perineum. As you can see in this illustration, that is the soft area of skin located directly behind the testicles and just in front of the anus. Press upward lightly. Keep your fingers right there. Your pelvic floor is invisible to the eye, so tactile feedback is the only way to prove your brain is actually communicating with the right muscle. Locking in this upright posture and maintaining that physical touchpoint gives you the foundation you need. Without it, you are guessing, and guessing leads to wasted effort. Now let's trigger the contraction. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale completely. You want to empty your lungs of air before you initiate any movement down below. First, I want you to imagine that you are trying to stop yourself from passing gas. Second, imagine you are standing at a urinal and you need to abruptly stop the flow of urine right in the middle of your stream. Looking at this diagram, we are engaging the back, then the front, and now the center. For the center, visualize pulling your entire testicular sac inward and upward into your pelvic cavity. Think of it as pulling your nuts to your guts. With your fingers still in place, notice what you feel right now. As the pelvic floor lifts, you should feel a distinct tightening, bulging, or lifting of the skin directly underneath your fingertips. You'll also notice a secondary indicator at the front. Your penis should subtly retract or pull inward toward your abdomen. When you synchronize these three mental cues, stopping gas, stopping urine, and lifting upward, you perfectly isolate the PC muscle. You bypass the reflex to just squeeze your legs together. Let's do that one more time. But for this contraction, stop focusing on your perineum. I want you to pay attention to what the rest of your body is doing. If you feel yourself lifting or bouncing up off the chair like this, you are incorrectly relying on your glutes instead of your pelvic floor. If your stomach suddenly becomes rock hard, you are incorrectly bracing your abdominal wall instead of firing the internal pelvic muscles. The golden rule of perfect Kegel form is that the contraction must be completely invisible. Someone sitting right across the room from you shouldn't know you're doing it, and your breathing should remain completely normal. Remember, isolation is the entire purpose of this drill. If your legs, glutes, or stomach are tensing up, the pelvic floor is not being targeted, making the exercise useless. Now that you have the form down, here is your very first active drill. It's a set of 10 rapid repetitions using the flick-on, flick-off method. As a beginner, do not attempt to hold the contraction for multiple seconds. These muscles are untrained. Trying to hold the squeeze will lead to immediate muscle fatigue and tension. Here is the exact rhythm you will follow, as shown in this cycle. First, breathe out. Second, execute the squeeze and lift. Third, release it immediately, like flicking a light switch on and off. At this stage, focus strictly on the quality of that contraction. Make sure you feel the lift every single time, rather than worrying about the quantity of your reps. This rapid-fire, zero-hold approach is the safest way to train your body. It builds the initial neural pathway from your brain down to your pelvic floor without overloading the muscles. If you followed along and completed that single set, you have successfully located and activated a muscle group that most men ignore. To see actual physical changes, you need a daily routine. Your homework is 30 repetitions a day. Break that down into 10 reps in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, and 10 at night. Because this routine is completely invisible, you can execute it perfectly no matter where you are, driving your car, sitting in your office chair, or lying in bed. Because muscle tissue requires time to adapt and neural pathways need repetition to strengthen, consistency is key. While some men notice the first changes in bladder control within a month, clinical studies show that significant functional improvements in erectile function and stamina typically develop over 3 to 6 months of daily training. Maintaining this daily 30-rep habit builds the muscular foundation necessary for long-term pelvic control. Once you're ready to level up, hit subscribe and join us in the next video where we cover advanced standing and walking Kegel progressions.